Welcome to the OLT session on drawing in the classroom. My name's Judith Dutil, and I'm co-founder of OLT Faculty Development. I'm thrilled to share my experiences with you today on this topic. The first course I ever taught in higher ed was Introduction to Communication. One of the initial units in this course was a lesson on how we construct our identities. It's standard fare in the basic course for this unit to use the Johari window model. This model is used to help people understand their relationship with themselves and how they influence the way that they're perceived by others. Typically, part of this exercise includes filling in a graphic organizer known as a Johari window. On a whim, I had students bring their completed Johari windows to class, and I brought scissors, magazines, glue sticks, markers, and construction paper. I asked them to create a collage or visual representation of their Johari window. To my delight, students went to work creating collages that far exceeded any of my expectations for this exercise. Students were excited to share their creations, and a few linger in my memory to this day, nearly 20 years later, including a collage that a student designed into a self-portrait. Even today, I maintain an art kit that I carry to class when I have art activities planned. The kit includes markers, pencils, erasers, colored pencils, a pencil sharpener, tracing paper, cardstock, construction paper, glue sticks, and scissors. My librarian colleagues all know that I accept any periodicals destined for the trash, so I always have a fresh supply of collage material on hand for when it's needed. The upshot: I was fortunate to have an early lesson in the value of incorporating artistic expression in the classroom. Fortunate because, as research shows, drawing is a wonderful tool for our minds. Drawing helps us remember, it helps us focus, it develops fine motor skills and improves hand-eye coordination, it improves our problem-solving skills, it provides stress relief, and it lifts our moods. And none of these benefits are dependent on having artistic talent. Regardless of what subjects we teach or our instructional modality, there are ample opportunities to give students access to drawing exercises. Let's take a look at some of these opportunities. The first opportunity we'll explore is the warm-up exercise. Giving students an opportunity to draw or color at the beginning of a class is a great way to leverage the focus benefit that comes along with drawing. Think about providing a coloring sheet or a drawing prompt or challenge to kick off class. If you typically open class with a few minutes of reflective writing or discussion, try offering drawing as an option. Another opportunity for drawing in the classroom are brain breaks. Brain breaks are planned activity breaks that invite students to engage in activity that will recharge their focus, lift their mood, and improve memory. As drawing provides direct benefits in each of these categories, it makes sense that giving breaks for drawing is a good idea. One brain break you can try is sketchnoting or visual note-taking. This is when you give students periodic lecture breaks to create drawings related to key concepts from their classroom notes. Another brain break idea is giving students an opportunity to visualize data or diagram content that they're learning in class. One colleague of mine that teaches biology gives students the opportunity to trace and label anatomy using classroom iPads checked out from the library. They download pictures and then they trace them in Keynote, and students then can label the images that they've created to create the diagrams. The final opportunity we'll look at is assessment. Just like with the warm-up exercise, drawing can be used at the end of class to help students focus, relax, and reflect on what they learned. If you ever use a 1-minute reflection paper at the end of class, you can offer students the option of creating a drawing or encourage them to add a drawing to their reflections. Another fun use of drawing as assessment is playing a game like Pictionary. This is a favorite study game that I use in my classes and as an alternative to Jeopardy! Students seem to really enjoy the opportunity to draw and have some fun. Remember that whatever exercise you create, design it with accessibility in mind. Offering choices to all students whenever possible allows students to opt into activities at their comfort level without compromising outcomes. One question you may be asking yourself at this point is, what tools are necessary to make all of this happen? Drawing in the classroom can be a high-tech or low-tech endeavor. On the low-tech side, all that's really needed is paper and writing utensils. I keep pencils and erasers in my art kit because sometimes it's easier to have the option to erase, but it's not common for college students to carry pencils with them, so I always have some on hand in case they need them. I've also found that it's handy at times to have tracing paper on hand. As with the biology example I mentioned before, it may be easier to trace an image and label it versus drawing the diagram image from scratch, which can be intimidating for students who may be apprehensive about drawing or they aren't confident in their artistic skill. On the high-tech side, there are plenty of apps and tools out there that can be used for drawing. Tracing is possible in any application where you can layer images or use transparency. And it's pretty easy if you have a touch screen and stylus available. This includes PowerPoint and Keynote, and then tools such as Procreate on iPad or Mac device. Unfortunately, not every student has access to the touch screen and stylus in their laptop, computer, or tablet. If these tools aren't readily available, free apps like Sketch.io can be used on a mobile device with a touch screen, such as a smartphone, just using your finger. So this is a tool that would be available to almost every student who has a smartphone. The coloring pages warm-up exercise I shared earlier is an example of students who are coloring the image using the annotation tools in Zoom. Every student selects a color, the image is shared on Zoom, annotation is open to everyone who is in the Zoom room, and students can use their mouse to color in the image. One thing I've noticed in using these activities in my classes is that providing encouragement and offering positive reinforcement for creative expression goes a long way. It's not uncommon to see these activities mentioned in student evaluations and to receive appreciation from students for providing encouragement and opportunities for being creative in the class. I hope that you found this information inspiring and that you'll give this a try in your own classroom. If you do, let us know how it goes. We are really curious to learn more about how folks are using creative expression and drawing in their classrooms. Thanks for listening.